it's fun to watch it because you can see him go through his reads, you can see him look guys off, you can see him pump and come back to check downs. It's pretty cool what he can do. We've seen it, I've seen it every year I've been here, and he's still got everything he's had, since he first got in. So we got to make sure we're ready to go and making sure it's not too easy for him.
He's favoring Michael Thomas a lot lately. What do you see on film at it?
I think he's big, he's strong, he can run, and I don't think he gets enough credit for his ability. I think you look at him and what he's done. Last year he's over 1,000 yards as a rookie, and it's not something that's easy to do. So we got to make sure we know who he is because it's a big target for him, and he's a big target for good reason.
When you decide what kind of a running back that they're going to use, Adrian or Ingram, how do you guys prepare for who's going to be in there?
Well, they all have different skill sets, and you got to be ready for all of them. Everybody knows Adrian Peterson for what he is. He's a great running back. He's big. He's explosive. He can hit a home run on any play. Mark can do a little bit out of the backfield, as well as run inside the tackles. And he's another guy on their team that I don't think gets the credit he deserves. He was over 1,000 yards last year. I think he was top 5 in yards per carry. And then Alvin Kamara is inside, outside. He's dangerous in the passing game out of the backfield. So they got 3 guys that are all unique and both all dangerous.
When you look at the film, no touchdowns given up the first 2 games. What's working so well?
Well, I think everybody's just doing their job really, and that's what it comes down to on defense. Is everybody is in their spot, everybody's doing their job, everybody's being coachable, and Coach Wilkes has called some good plays for us. So, it's a group of guys, and I think the defensive line, I talked about it the first few weeks, those guys are playing great, and when those guys are playing as well as they are right now and in the rotation as deep as it is, it makes everyone's job easier.
Cam said going up against the defense, it's amazing to listen to communication between the guys. How much of that is just being together and letting that build, and how much is just something natural that you have with these guys?
I just think it takes time with everyone, and when you get a majority of your guys back from the previous year, it makes it easier. And then when you bring in guys like Pep and Mike Adams and Cap, the transition's not as difficult because they're older veteran guys that understand football and understand how the game works and what they need to do. And Cap was obviously in the system before, so those guys figured it out. But the more you're around each other, the more you talk in meetings and in practice and even off the field, it helps a lot.
Peter Schrager from NFL Network, to follow up, called you guys the best defense in the NFL. Are you guys the best?
Hey, we got a long way to go. It's week 2. We've done a good job so far, but we just need to keep playing hard, keep doing our job, and we're going to do the best we can and see what happens.
What does Drew Brees have to do this year against guys like James and Darrell that he maybe didn't have to counter last year?
I just think that those 2 guys have a better understanding of what's going on with our defense and where they need to be and how they need to play stuff, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. I don't think he's going to really alter what he does. He's Drew Brees. I think he's kind of got it figured out on what he needs to do to be successful. But those 2 guys have learned a lot. They've grown a lot, and they've done a good job for us this year.
Luke, you guys have plenty of leaders on this team, but not having Khalil and Greg out there for multiple practices. What's that like? And then who else do you see stepping up?
Well, I think we've been in situations like that before with different guys, and I think the thing that's good about our team is guys will just step up. And you look at the guys on our team. Ed's been in situations where he's caught a lot of balls before, and that helps us a lot. And Tyler played a lot at the end of last year, so it's not like there's guys that are unfamiliar with the position. Obviously, you miss those 2 guys that are big deals in this locker room, big deals in this team, really good players. Obviously you're gonna miss having them around, but luckily for us, we have 2 guys that can step in and do a good job. But you miss having those guys around. They're a big part of what we do, and we hope that both of them get back soon.
You've seen Brees make big plays all over the time. Is there one when you get on the field that's just left you going, wow?
Yeah, I mean he sees stuff so fast, and he sees stuff before the play, and he sees stuff and he'll check out of stuff and put him in position. And when you think you got a good defense on, and he changes protection, he changes the play, and it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's 15 yards, and drop back, and it's cool it's fun to play against. It's fun to play against him and Matt and Jameis, because those guys do so much before the snap, and they understand the game and where to look to get guys off routes and stuff. So it's fun against these guys, but it's also a lot more difficult.